everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be going through my June end of month financial audit with you guys. I'm going to link down below the past 2 months if you want to check them out, so April and May, to kind of see what I was doing and where I was at. This month I feel like I made really good progress. I put a ton of money towards my car loan. That is my last outstanding debt. I did not pay it off this past month, but I have plans to pay it off in July. So you'll have to stay tuned till the end of July to see if I accomplish that and how that all kind of panned out. But today I wanted to review the budget that I used for June and all the income that I had coming in addition to my typical salary that I get, and also go through my end of month spreadsheet that kind of tracks a few different metrics for you guys. So let's go ahead and get started without much further ado. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Okay, so this is my June budget. If you haven't seen kind of how I do this, which I might be restructuring this in the future, but I have my anticipated expenses, what it is, and where it's going. I transfer things around to different bank accounts, so this just helps me keep track of what I need to move where, or what needs to be sitting there for, like, AmFam, American Family is my insurance company. What do I need to just have sitting in my accounts for them to come take, because that's an auto pay. So here we go. This is my main salary. So I get paid once a month for my main job, and it comes on the last business day of the month. So I got this check on the 31st, but it's going towards my June balances and bills to pay that. So kind of the typical here. The only change really this month was that my car insurance increased by $1.28, so I used my incidental sinking fund to cover that $1.28 difference. I didn't know that there was going to be a difference, but now I factor that into my July budget. So it's fine, no big deal. That's why we have a little bit of those cushion funds to help us stay on track and cover those little things that come up. You don't really plan on it, but they're going to come up. So no big deal there. As I move over here, you can see the, oops, a little bit too far. You can see the different columns here. Each column represents a paycheck that I got. So DLC, that is the side job I have. I work there once or twice a month. So I had 2 paychecks come through from there. I have a stipend. I travel for my main salary job, and sometimes I get stipends for that, depending on the type of trip it is and, logistics. But so I received one of those this month. So after taxes, it is $96.52. And then here I have a reimbursement from work. So this, again, I was traveling. This was a driving trip, so I had to pay $533.06 to my American Express, $245.38 to my Capital One, and $64.31 to my Discover card, which left me a remaining of $189.28 for me to do with whatever I wanted. Essentially, with driving trips, I get to expense the mileage, and my, for this, I'm driving couple hundred miles, so I'm getting a good kickback there, and that's what I was able to put towards my car loan from that trip, which is great. Let's see here. This is YouTube. I honestly only get a paycheck from YouTube 2, maybe 3 times a year. Basically how it works is you need to hit a $100 threshold, so that doesn't happen for me very often. But it finally did in June, so I got a $109.89 paycheck, and I actually went to TJ Maxx and bought a few things for my home, and I have a video, I just haven't posted it yet, so if you're into like kind of hauls and things like that, go check that out. If you're not and you don't want to be tempted by shopping, do not go watch that video. And then the last thing here is just the interest that I'm earning from my high interest savings account. This past month I earned $1.03, so that's kind of the budget here, nothing too crazy. I just like to keep track of it. Basically, all of these additional payments I made towards my car loan. Seriously, you guys, I am so close to having my car loan paid off, and a lot of it does come from me just making these little payments. I know some people in the Dave Ramsey community refer to that as a snowflake payment. Maybe you've heard of that term, but basically, it's just, I have $16.20 here, and $96 there, and you just put it towards it. Especially for my car loan, the interest is calculated daily, so me paying $16.20 does immediately impact the remaining balance, and therefore the interest is calculated against that remaining balance. I'm just paying less interest, and more of my money is going to the principal. So I find like really, really great value. I also have a flexible type of loan where I can pay anytime I want. I just have to pay at least $5, I think is the minimum. So definitely check with your creditor and what the rules are. But if you are able to make as many payments as you want with really no issue, do it. Okay, that's kind of it for this page. Let's hop over to my end of the month spreadsheet here. So if you don't know, I use a Google spreadsheet. That's what I am looking at here. So these little tabs of orange are comments. So I just like to throw some comments on here. So this is my extra income. So this past month I made a total of $481.77 in addition to my standard paycheck, which is great. As you guys can see, I'm typically making at least $400 a month, if not more, which I think is really great. I'm really proud of myself. I know that my journey would be a lot different if I didn't have that extra income coming in. So across here I have my credit card balances. Now these are just my personal credit card balances. I do have a little bit of a balance on a couple of these from traveling, but those were just recently incurred, so I'm not going to get interest on it. And I will be reimbursed probably within this week. So it's not that big of a deal. These are just my personal balances that I'm tracking because I know that any expenses that I'm putting on for business are going to be 100% reimbursed. So I'm not really concerned about it. So I marked all of these as green. If you don't know, I try to mark a few things as green and pink just for highlighting areas that either really went well that I'm proud of and things maybe I can improve on. The next one here is my car loan, and I am down to $875.11 left on my car loan, which I am so excited for, and I should be able to pay it off by the end of July. That is, as long as everything goes according to plan, I shouldn't have an issue with that. We will see how this month goes. So I made myself a note last month with a car loan. Very happy about that. My vacation fund is at $250, so I used a little bit, and that is the next fund that I will be ramping up because I'm going on vacation over Labor Day to Alaska, and I need to have my spending and food money ready and good to go before I leave for that trip. So that's what I'll be doing in the month of August, is stockpiling all of that. Incidentals, I marked this one as pink, so I was at $194.67 and now I'm at $110.39. I had some things come up that I wasn't really prepared for, but also it's the beginning of summer. I don't currently have like a clothing sinking fund. I just kind of take it from my weekly spending and take it from a little bit from incidentals or wherever, and I needed a couple of skirts that, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar, maybe you're not, but like skirts, they're like shorts and skirts. I really, really love them, and the one that I had was just getting really ready, so I got two more. I've worn them each probably 5 times since I got them. They're great. I can wear them for work. I can wear them casual. I'm not mad about that. I just wish, and something I will be implementing in the future is adding a clothing sinking fund, because I'm noticing clothing and beauty, or in particular shampoo, things like that, that I am just taking from my spending or taking from other categories, but they are recurring expenses that I should have a little bit of cushion for. So in the future, I will be implementing those kind of sinking funds, but I like to kind of keep track of what those reasons are. Like I said, I'm not upset. I still have a good cushion there, but it is something that I'm kind of noticing as a trend. My utilities, so what I do is I put $200 a month aside for utilities, and then my utilities come and hit. Utilities definitely fluctuate. Also, my water bill is a quarterly bill, whereas my electricity and my gas are monthly bills. So that also plays a factor. So I just let it roll over, and I, let it do its thing. If I have a couple things come up that I don't want to pull from incidentals, I'll pull from utilities, but usually it's nothing crazy. So feeling okay with how that went. I'm just going to move my screen over a little bit here. So I have Miko, that is my cat. He has a sinking fund. He gets $40 a month. This is for his cat food, his litter, toys, whatever he needs. Also, he goes to the vet in the fall, so this will also cover his vet bill. So I use $20 this month, so his balance is at $202. I have my emergency fund. I choose to keep my dollar amount private. I do feel like your emergency fund is a private number, something that you need to figure out what is best for you and your situation, your family. I do want to do a video in the future of kind of helping you figure out what your emergency fund should be or could be, but Personally, I keep that private. However, I do want to share with you guys the percentage to my fully funded emergency fund, which is what FFEF stands for. So right now I'm 8.65% to my fully funded emergency fund. So that's another goal. After I come back from my vacation, I will start stockpiling money into my emergency fund to have it fully funded for the 3 to 6 months that I feel comfortable with. It's going to be more on the 3-month side, but it's like still kind of in between. It's not quite 3 months, it's a little bit more than that, you know what I mean? Net worth, this is also something I choose to keep private for security reasons, and that's something that probably won't change in the future, but I do like to track the percentage increase. So last month we talked about how my net worth, if you see here, went down 9.74%, and that's because of the housing market. I own my home, which means that my home value can fluctuate at any point in time because it's a market-based number. My home value went back up. I also paid off a lot of debt, and I have, you know, some savings that I'm adding to. So my net worth increased by 19.40% from last month to this month, which is definitely an outlier. I think it's kind of funny that the two outliers were back to back, but you know, it's fine. And then I'm just going to move over here, my mortgage. This is something I don't really mind showing. It's a loan, so whatever. I currently owe $156.4477 on my mortgage, and I have paid off 2.47. So my original mortgage was $160,000. I don't have any plans to aggressively pay this off quickly anytime soon. I already do make sure that I pay one extra payment a year, and that's kind of the, you know, end of the story when it comes to paying extra on my mortgage today in time. I just have some other goals that I want to reach, like emergency fund, opening up a Roth IRA, doing some other investing before I really want to shift gears on my mortgage. Also, I just want to put out there, I'm young and I'm in my 20s, and I don't know if I'm going to stay here forever. So I don't know that I need to pay off a mortgage 100%. I definitely want to make a good dent in it, but like, I don't know that I need to pay it off completely, because even if I own it outright, I'm likely going to sell it at some point in my life, if that makes sense. So that's kind of it for my my end of month audit. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what was a high and a low for you this past month for your finances down below. I definitely want to hear about it. Also, let me know if there's any sort of topic you want to hear me cover. I would love to create more videos. I have some videos, I just need to post them and edit them, so more is coming soon. I apologize, I've been traveling a little bit and didn't bring my computer with me, so I'm playing catch up. But like I said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.